Hi there, happy gardeners! Marcelina here, showing you another awesome project, how to build a sub-irrigated planter. Building a sub-irrigated planter is a lot of work and it's also expensive. But the good part, once you build the system, it's there and you don't have to build it again. And I'm so excited I am finished this project, guys, so I can share it with you. And as you can see here, I have these roses, so I'm going to grow these roses. This is yellow rose, and I'm going to grow it in here in the planter. So stick with me, guys, because today on this video, I will go over the materials. So when you do this kind of gardening, you can see what materials I use. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the CP bed, and I'm going to ask this guy in here, Greg Stevens. All right, so tell me about your CP bed in here. So what wood are we using here?
We're placing the drain plug in here now, so at the end of the season you want to drain the water out of here, so you don't want that water freezing up.
Okay.
And, with your plant's roots in it. So, and then in the springtime we plug it back up and we fill it back up with water again.
So what wood are we using in here?
This is treated pine.
Treated pine.
2 by 10 pines. They're 10 feet long and 3 feet wide. It's a lot of work, but after you're done, you never have to do anything again. Either rainwater will fill it up, or you just stick a hose in the fill-up plug down there, and that's all there is to it.
So you had a support in here.
We have to
There's a support in here of the wood.
We have to put this bulkhead fitting in.
You did that.
Bulkhead fitting is what we use for the drain plug, but it's 2 inches thick, actually 1.5 inches thick, and we have to make an adjustment in the wood so that this will be able to fit, because we only have 1 inch of threads and we need 1.5 inch. So what we have to do is we have to remove some of the wood on the outside so we can get this on.
Okay, so is this a bar in here?
It's a stabilizing bar. So
to support additional support.
And the water in there, it won't cause the frame to bow.
Okay. So we have the
it's a 3/4 inch metal conduit that we hammered out the ends, flattened, and then bent it 90 degrees so we can attach it to the wall.
So we have a rubber in here.
And normally this would be a 1-piece 2 by 10. But Lowe's and Home Depot are really short on lumber, so we had to get 8-footers and cut 3 feet off each one of them to make them 10 feet long, and we sistered them up with a brace here. So
they don't have a hole.
Nope, they don't. They're out of lumber, man.
Okay.
They're out of everything right now with this coronavirus.
Can you explain more of this system? About this here?
Well, underneath the pond liner, we have a protector underneath this rubber pond liner, and this protects it from sharp stones or anything like that. And then this is the heavy-duty pond liner made by Firestone, and we will tack this up. Then we have the black irrigation tubes that are going to go in here. We'll show you that in a few minutes when we get that in here, and you can film that. Okay. And what that does is replaces space. It fills up with water, and then the dirt goes on top of that.
All right, so we will continue for just a few minutes. All right, so building your own CP raised bed is a lot of work, but once you have it, you have it. So this is our raised bed.
Self-irrigating planter.
Self-irrigated planter. So what we're doing here, we have this, you see the tube. So that is the pipe where the water, most of the water is inside the pipe. And then we use the first layer that we use is the soilless media. So the reason for that,
this is a sphagnum moss vermiculite mix.
Okay, it helps the absorption and it wicks faster.
So the first half is going to be the potting soil, and then we're going to use a raised bed mix that'll go on top of this.
Okay. So it costs you a lot of money to fill the whole raised bed if you're using all soilless media. So what we're doing here, we're going to use half and half. So the first layer will be the soilless, and then the second layers till to the top would be regular soil. But it is best if it is all soilless media to put it in there. But as I mentioned, it costs a lot. So I'm so happy with this, and I think you guys should have a garden like this. This is one of my Sabin advanced gardening method that I use here in my garden, and I enjoy seeing my plants in here because this is self-irrigated and you don't have to water almost every day like what you normally do.
Vacation for a month and not have to water. That's a beautiful part about the self-irrigating planter, aka sippy bed, as we call it. Is that it collects the rainwater in the reservoir down here. That's why it's in a rubber pond liner. The tubes down here displace the potting mix so it has room for the water. And then we also have the overflow drains at the end and the drain plugs that we empty at the end of the season.
So we install this one. This is the where you put the water. You can see, look at that.
You stick the garden hose in there and fill it up until it starts running out the side, and then you know it's filled.
So you can control this kind of garden, you know. And you see it in here. So we sealed the, what is this in there? The hole is the
bulkhead fitting.
Bulkhead fitting.
It goes all the way from the other side.
Yeah.
It's capped on the back side. At the end of the season, we just pull the plug off, and all the water goes draining out.
Yeah, so you drain the water from there. So make sure, guys, if you have a self-irrigated system, you have to empty the raised bed during winter time because you don't want that water freezing and it will cause damage to your system. Wow, how many bags are we using in here?
I got 7 bags.
7 bags. Wow, 7 bags, guys.
This will pack down once you get the dirt and the water on top of it.
Man,
Better
it feels good doing like this.
This is a sphagnum moss mix, which has a natural acidity of about 5.5 to 6.5, which is great for roses and other acid-loving plants. If you're going to use potting mix for other plants, I wouldn't recommend sphagnum. I would use the cocoa core, which has a pH which is more baseline, about 7.
So are we going to put a fertilizer in here?
No.
Not yet? I thought we were going to mix it with fertilizer.
Not yet. Not till we put the top layer on.
Okay, so what fertilizers are you using in here?
Well, you're going to be using rose fertilizer for roses, so I'd use the rose tone.
Okay. So we're going to use the rose tone, guys. That's one of the best fertilizer for roses because we're going to grow roses in here. I have a rose that I'm going to place in this raised bed. So most of my other raised bed, I grow different types of roses in the raised bed. But this one here, it's all yellow. I love yellow. That's my favorite color. So I thought it would do best if I grow yellow, all yellow rose in here. So we're going to finish this and I'll be right back. So this is pretty much almost done, guys. And what I'm doing in here, I'm going to mix with this organic fertilizer. I just bought this chicken manure, and also I have the cow manure. So I will mix this in this soil. And as I said, it is good if you have all soilless media in the raised bed, but it is a lot. It is expensive to do that. So what I was doing, I was just mixing 50-50. So 50% soilless and 50% regular soil. So like what you see here. But the most important thing that you need to wick this raised bed, and the first layer is all soilless, and that is enough for the topsoil to wet. And I have here already, here I have this knit cup in here. So this is the area where you put the water. You put the hose and fill with water, so you don't have to water all the time. You can skip watering for a month as long that you fill that raised bed. So it's very good kind of gardening. And if you don't have enough space, so that's the reason why I utilize this area in here in using different methods of gardening, because I have only 1/16 of an acre, and I don't have enough space. By doing this even gardening, so I can maximize my growing by using different types of methods. And as I mentioned in earlier, that I have a book that is the beginning where I have that book written when I moved myself here in this area. When I saw this backyard, you can't even do anything in the backyard because it was swamp, and I had to step over into the dry spot. So I talked to my partner to renovate the whole entire backyard. So this is what I had it in here. I have all this raised bed. So this is the last raised bed that I'm going to do it in here, because it is expensive. As I mentioned, that it is expensive. It costs you money to build this raised bed. Still not here. Where you at?
Hiding.
You're hiding from me. I need this one done. So let's get going, because I'm going to grow I'm going to put my rose in here. So where is the cow manure?
You want to use the chicken or the cow?
Give them both.
Chicken has more nitrogen than cow manure.
They're the same.
No, they're not. I investigated it.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Ah, good. So my partner said that the chicken manure has more nitrogen than cow manure. Why don't you use the scissor?
Because that would be too easy.
So I have another video, guys, on the fertilizer, and I still not finished with that video, because I get caught up of so many projects here in the garden, and every project that I'm going to do here, guys, I'm showing it to you so you can apply my methods in here. This is advanced gardening, and most of my gardening in here, it involves
That's a funny
labor.
That's the funniest
Ooh,
looking
that
chicken poop I ever
stink.
saw.
Oh my God, that's the problem for organic fertilizer. It stink. Ooh. I remember in the Philippines doing this kind of job. Man, so I would be in the rice field, monitoring the rice and throwing all those urea and different types of manure. Oh, and now I do it again here. Oh man, this smell.
Makes you feel like home, don't it?
Well,
I think we should put the other bag in here too.
you know what I was thinking before? I said, like, I don't want to do this again, and here I am. I do it again. So you're going to mix them. You need to mix them properly so you mix the soil.
Spreading it out. I'm just spreading it out.
The best thing of the organic fertilizer is that it stays there in the soil. Even if you uproot your plants, the nutrients is still there, and it's stays for a longer period of time. It is not the same as when you're using synthetic. I will be covering that, guys, in my next video. So my video would be uploading this week. It's about fertilizer, choosing the right fertilizer. So the reason I do that video, because plants is more than nurturing. You have to do a lot of things. You have to observe them. You have to observe your plants, nurture your soil, and the plant in it. Healthy soil, healthy plants, right?
We are what we eat. The plants are the same too.
But you don't eat rose.
No, but the plants eat what we put in the soil.
That's true. I normally don't use inorganic fertilizer, guys, in my vegetables. I separate my vegetables with my flower. And oh man, phew. It smells like yours.
Smells like you.
We're just joking around it. This is good thing with gardening, guys, because you know it gardening, especially if you do together with your partner, that is fun. It's
Man.
more fun because
it's like
it brings the relationship together, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be doing the same as your partner. It should not be opposite. So he's a what you are a biologist, no?
Zoologist.
A zoologist. So you study more on aquatic, right?
No. All life.
All life.
All animal life.
All life, including human.
Not so much about what we did, but they were the least exciting to study.
Yeah. So my partner here, he focus on life, water life, and some other things that he does. And he's pretty good.
Zoology is the study of animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, like zoo. Zoo
How
is
do-
where you keep the animals, right?
How do you like breeding animals? That would be fun.
I like eating them better.
Eating better. I remember when I took my agriculture, one of my professors said, like, when I saw he told me, like, Marcelina, there are more to it in agriculture if you focus in agriculture. And he said that you can make the animal, you can make the goat with the eyes blue. And I said, oh, that would be terrible if you make the goat's blue eyes.
Did well for Paul Newman.
Huh?
It worked well for Paul Newman.
Blue eyes. But
Frank
that is
Sinatra. Blue eyes.
Oh man, I'm good with plants. I will stick with that.
Yeah, because she burns what she cooks.
Not really. You just don't know what I cook.
Yeah.
I cook Asian food.
Well, if Asian food is burnt, then you're a good Asian cook. 'Cause we call her the queen of burn here at
The
home.
queen of born. No, I'm going to show you my Asian cook, like the village style.
Buried underground in banana leaves.
Smile.
No, don't
No,
want to.
do you don't want
Nothing
to?
to smile about.
Yeah, it smile your work. You're really, Greg Steven is very, I would say, he's a smart guy. You can give him a shovel, and he will grow plants for you, right?
Okay.
So
that's good for now.
good for now.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to do my rose in here. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you guys. I'll be right back. This is a perfect time for growing roses. So if you guys want to grow roses in the garden, grow in spring and also in fall. So we are now in the late fall, and it is perfect. It is cooler temperature. Don't grow roses on summer because it is too hot and it is hard for the rose to recover during stress. So I have the rose in here. I still have more yellow rose that I'm going to grow. So for now, I have 3 roses in here. And I couldn't open the shed. There is a key on it, and I couldn't find the key, so I'm just using this small shovel. Now, how deep you grow your roses? The preferable is 15 deep and 18 wide. So that is preferable. Also, you can see the size of your pot, how big is your pot. So make a hole a little bit. Raised bed is sub-irrigated raised bed is nice because the soil is soft. So I mix the cow manure in here, guys, and chicken manure. And I was amazed when my partner said that the chicken manure is high in nitrogen than the cow manure. And the only thing I can figure it out is that probably the feed, the way how the chicken gets the nutrients. That is probably why it is high in nitrogen. So even though I have the organic fertilizer in here, I still have to add magnesium sulfate, which is the Epsom salt, and then the rose stone. This is the fertilizer best for roses. So I am going to measure the Epsom salt in here. So I will give 1 cup or one shot glass in here per plant. In here. Okay. Now once I put it in here, you don't need to put the root ball directly and in contact with that fertilizer. So you have to put another layer of soil. All right, that's done. Now here, I'm going to take this out. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. So you just place it in here and then cover the base. Okay, that is good. So I cover toward the base and press it down. Easy. Now the second one, this is the most beautiful yellow rose that I have it in here. Now this is a bigger container, so you can make a hole a little bit larger of the container. I love roses, and I'm going to have another video, guys, on the roses that I have here that it's good for beginners, because this kind of roses are really good rose, especially if you just started to get familiar of your roses. So there are few roses in here in my garden that I'm going to share with you guys in my next video. All right. So make sure you have a distance far enough for the other rows so that they don't compete the nutrients, and also they are not crowded, because if you're crowding them, diseases will attract or host in your roses. So if it is hard to remove the rose, wow, I just got cut with the thorn in here. You have to roll the pot this is stubborn. Just keep rolling. There you go. It's a little bit root bound in here, guys, as you can see. Little bit root bound. There you go. Now it's placed. Just press it down. Now we're going to do the bigger one. Okay, so it's done. Easy breezy. I got a little bit cut. That's the problem for growing roses, guys. You can easily poke. And I got poke it in here. So I have to disinfect the wound from the alcohol. So I had a hard time taking the plants in this spot. So our project is complete, and if you guys have another or a special topic that you would want me to cover, just write the comments below. I will go over the topic that you would want me to go over on my next video. And it hurts. So that's how you grow your roses, and also how to build your raised bed. So this is my last raised bed that I'm going to build in my garden, because it's a lot of work and cost money. So before I end this video, guys, I'm going to give a shout to my favorite kids, Bobby and Muffin Puffers. Hello kids, thank you for watching my video. These are the kids who were my first subscriber way back when I started this channel. And I couldn't believe that these kids watch my gardening video. Keep up the work, kids. So Bobby and Muffin Puffers. So these are the kids. They also have a YouTube channel. They are gamers. So these kids have a channel. So check them out. Bobby Gaming and more, and also Muffin Pupper. So if you guys kid wants to play with other kids, so these are the channels that the kids are playing right now. They play together, they challenge each other, and also they collaborate. So it is fun, so check that out. So thank you for watching, guys, and this is for today. And again, thank you for watching. And for those of you who are my Cashew Green subscriber, thank you, guys. And the subscriber and the views mean to me. And I would not be able to get up to this point without you guys. So you're the one who inspired me. So I'm going to share with you anything in here in my garden, either if I do propagation or I discover something in my research and studies, because I do a lot of research in here, and also studying my plants, especially roses. So I study a lot more on roses. And again, thank you for watching. And if you have any question, comments the video below. And see you next week. Peace.